Guys, today I'm doing a video on the Premier League predictions so what I think the teams will come from 20th to 1st position. So as some of you know, I do support Man United, and it is my opinion of where people are going to come. So say for example, if you were a West Ham United fan, like Spencer is, for example, I'm not being mean. I'm just, in my opinion, I'm thinking they're going to come in that position in the 20th to 1st place. I think they're going to come in that position. So I'm not being biased. It's my opinion on where they're coming. So just remember that it is my opinion, and let's get into it. So in 20th place, I've got Huddersfield, because, well, they're the team that's just got promotion to the Prem. And I don't think they don't have that much experience in the Premier League, so I'm putting Huddersfield there. They don't really have new big signings, so I don't think that, in my opinion, signings make a really big change. So I'm putting them in 20th place. 19th and 18th and 17th. I'll do 19 and 18. In 19th place, I'm putting Brighton. Same reason as Huddersfield, but when they got promoted, Brighton finished higher in the league than Huddersfield. So it's just the same reason, but I think because Brighton finished higher than Huddersfield, I put them in 19th. And then 18th, I'm having Burnley there. Last season wasn't that good. This season, I think the same, but they're going to get relegated with Brighton and Huddersfield. And the signings that I think they lost, Gray, and it's one of the big men in Burnley, and he was pretty good for them, so they're going to come 18th, I think, Burnley. Just missing out on relegation, I think it's going to be Swansea City. I just think they've got enough to miss out on it, because there is a rumour for Everton getting Sigurdsson, and that's Swansea's main man by far. Free kick signs incredible. So they lose him. If they don't lose him, they could have. I would have put them at least between 12th and 17th, because Sigurdsson, if he stayed, it would have been good for Swansea City. So Swansea City 17th, just missing out on relegation. In 16th place, I'm going to put Newcastle there. They have got more experience in the Premier League than Brighton and Huddersfield, and I think that they will come at number 16, because they've had more experience than them, and probably more experience than the Swansea and Burnley have as well, but probably both of them. And as they had in the olden days, Alan Shearer, beast for them. Yeah, and I think Newcastle are going to come 16th place. In 15th place, I'm putting Watford there, just above Newcastle. I think they're clip it by the skin of their teeth, because they got Troy Deeney. I think they lost one of their main strikers. Not too sure who that is, but I think they'll probably come in 15th place. 14th place, I've got Stoke there. Their ground, you wouldn't. They put every Stoke in conditions, raining conditions. You would not want to be away to Stoke at their ground, because when you play their style on the pitch, they could probably beat 95% of the teams in this league, because they're more used to their playing style than all the other teams. So that's why I put them in 14th place. In 13th, I'm going to have West Brom. They had a shocking season. They had a really good season last season, because I think they come. It was 10th in the Premier League last season, and that's a massive achievement for them. Like they're really like an underdog team, so it's good that they came 10th. But this year, I don't think they will come. They'll just be like 2-3 places behind. And in 12th place, I've got Crystal Palace there. Had kind of a good season last season. They haven't really made many big signings, so I've put them in 12th place. 11th place, I've put Bournemouth. They had a really good season last season. They had good passing. Their passing was incredible, and they beat Liverpool 4-3. That was a great match for them, and that was a massive 3 points for them as well. So I've put them in 11th. In 10th, I've got Southampton. They're one of the teams, you don't know what's going to happen. They could win 5-2 one game, and then one game it could just be the worst game ever for them. So you don't know what's going to happen with Southampton at all. Yeah, so I've put them in 10th place. In 9th place, I've put West Ham. Their signings that they've got this season are incredible. Hernandez, Arnautovic, Joe Hart, all of them, and a couple more. Them signings have made. They're probably going to have a big difference this season. So I've put them in 9th place. In 8th place, we've got Everton. Had a good season. They had a good season. They've lost their main man, Lukaku, which is a big difference. He's just like you can't replace someone for Lukaku, because he's just incredible. He was their main man for Everton last season. In 7th, I've got Arsenal. They were good last season. They had a good season, and yeah, it went pretty well for them. They had a really good game against Man United, 2-0 victory. Yeah, so that was a good match. I'm going to put them in 7th. 6th, got Tottenham. They're probably the only team in the Prem that haven't made any signings. They lost their main man Carl. Well, one of they're probably their best right back, Carl Walker. Really good player. So yeah, I've put Tottenham in 6th place. 5th place, Liverpool. They had a good season last season. They brought in Salah. There's a bit of a rumour for Coutinho going to Barcelona. If they lose him, probably go down to at least 7th. And the team below Tottenham, they could go above Liverpool. So yeah. And then in 4th, the top 4. Well, the top 4 are Man United. I'm putting 4th. In 2nd, I've put in 3rd I put Man United. In 2nd, I've put Chelsea, and in 1st place, I've put Man City. The reason why I've put Man United in 3rd, because they've bought really good signings, like Lukaku for 70 mil, I think. Lindelof is alright, and I think Ibrahimovic will re-sign for us, and yeah, that'll change it a lot. So we could have a 4-4-2 formation. We could have Ibrahimovic and Lukaku playing up front. That'll just be really good front two. So yeah, and the reason I've put Chelsea in 2nd, they're just going to clip 2nd because they've bought in like signings like Morata and some other really good signings. They're looking to buy some other signings from different clubs, and that could make a really big change. But the team that they've got at the moment, I'll probably say 2nd place. And in 1st, I've got Man City. At the top, you can see there, Man City. Man City. In the pre-season, they were really, really good. Brought in some good players like Carl Walker, really good right back for them. They needed him, and they've just been really dominant in the pre-season tournament. And I put them in 1st place, and I think they're going to win the Premier League. So that's my Premier League prediction. Hope you enjoyed. Smash that like button. Comment. You can put 20 till number 1 in comments, like where you think the teams will come in the Premier League. So make sure to subscribe, like, and comment below 20 to number 1 where you think the teams will come. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.